Hi, performers. Welcome back to Creatively Performing Arts. I'm so excited that you are here. Today's episode, we're getting straight into it. We are talking about a big one for artists, any aspiring artist, anyone who wants to be creative, imposter syndrome. Yes, we all know her. We all maybe don't love her. I don't know about you, but we all experience it, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about why it's a no-no. Why is it actually literally keeping us from using our creative gifts, from really being in this journey and being the best that we can be, and even starting this journey. I've had an episode about this before, 5 things that you can do to deal with this, but today I really want to talk about what is the reality of what this is keeping you from? If you are letting imposter syndrome keep you from using your gifts, this is what the reality is. This is what is actually on the other side of going all in and letting imposter syndrome go, or not letting it rule you, so to speak. So let's get into today's episode. I cannot wait.
Welcome to the Creatively Performing Arts Podcast. This is the show for anyone ready to get back to the performing arts. You want to sing, you want to act, you want to dance, you want to be creative again? Come on over. I'm Estelle. I'm a singer, actor, performer, beginner voice coach, and I am here to help you get started. You will find beginner singing and performing tips and hear empowering, inspiring interviews with artists that will help you push past your fear and your doubts about performing so you can finally start performing with confidence and singing and dancing and living creatively. You have gifts that you need to grow, use, and share, and the world is waiting for you. I want to be there to help you do that. So let's begin.
All right, so let's get into it for real. What is actually stopping us? What is actually at risk? What are we missing if we give into imposter syndrome again and again and again, instead of doing what we know we've been gifted to do, right? With these creative gifts, talents, passions, curiosities that we have. Well, for one thing, imposter syndrome is keeping us stuck, okay? It is keeping us stuck in our lives without the creativity that we want, right? Our lives without being able to express ourselves in the way that we really deeply want to. If you're listening to this show, you have this innate desire to be in the performing arts, to be singing, to be acting, to be doing something creative, right? And then in comes imposter syndrome, and it is keeping you stuck when what you want is on the other side of that. I'm saying us, right? Because we all experience this, myself included, right? When I started to act, act again, and I started to audition for roles online, in person, professional, especially, the pressure was on, feeling like, I didn't get this degree. I haven't had all this training that these people have had, especially as an actor, especially in the musical theater industry where it's singing, dancing, acting. Oh, what if my dancing isn't as good as this other person, blah, 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 right? All these thoughts run through your mind. But the thing is, you're not going to know what you can do if you don't move past that, right? So if you are letting imposter syndrome keep you from using your creative gifts, what's really happening is that you are staying stuck. You're staying stuck when on the other side of, moving past that, letting it go, is, the expression, the creative expression that you deeply desire, and what's really happening is that you're getting stuck in self-doubt, in low self-confidence, right? You're getting stuck in these feelings, and you're not moving forward to what is on the other side, which is creative expression and this beautiful confidence that you can have in yourself, knowing that you have pushed past those fears and done the thing that you want to do. The other thing that is keeping you stuck from is it's keeping you stuck in yourself, in your self-doubt, low self-confidence, and it's keeping you stuck from all the souls, all the people, all the lives that you can be inspiring and helping and serving and changing by, sharing your music, writing songs, writing poetry, performing your spoken word, taking a dance class. Not even it doesn't even have to be a huge thing, going to a dance class. Who knows who you can meet, who you can inspire, right? So many things are waiting for you on the other side of that imposter syndrome of like, oh, I'm not enough, right? And I do want to go ahead and mention that if you are wanting to think of ways to actually deal with this imposter syndrome, I have a whole episode 61, 5 ways to deal with imposter syndrome. So when I'm talking about like moving past it, you can go back to reference that episode, but really like it is possible to maybe not that you won't feel it anymore, but it doesn't have to be the reason that you don't move forward, right? You can choose to move forward in spite of that, in spite of what you're experiencing, in spite of that feeling. And so I just want to encourage you in that. Episode 61, go back and listen to that episode. It's also keeping you from growing and developing any creative skills, because what the lie imposter syndrome tells you is that you have to be perfect, right? Because imposter syndrome, maybe I should have said this at the beginning, but it's the idea of like that feeling that you are not, you're not good enough, you're not educated enough, you don't know enough to do what you want to do. So therefore, why even try? Because you feel like you're an imposter, you feel like you're faking it because you don't feel that sense of worth. You don't feel like you have that enoughness to do what you want to do. But the thing is, it tells you this lie that you have to be perfect, that you have to know everything in order to begin. And in the show, we're all about helping you get started again. If you used to sing in choir when you were younger and you want to sing again as an adult in your 20s and your 30s, imposter syndrome is going to lie to you that, you can barely even stay on pitch. Why even try? Like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you used to sing in choir, but you didn't even get any solos. You're not as good as people who went to school for this. So why even, audition for this, local musical? Why even try to sing in your church choir? Why even try to take a voice lesson? There's no point, right? That is imposter syndrome telling you that because you don't have X, Y, or Z skills, there's no point in even attempting. And therefore, what happens, what you're missing out on is the growth that is going to happen when you start, right? Of course, you might not be able to, have all the runs down and all the riffs down that you might want to, but you're never going to get there if you don't start, right? If you don't try. And so the lie imposter syndrome tells us is that, oh, well, I don't have that, so there's no point. It's not worth even trying, right? But the thing is, there is room and space for development when you give yourself that room and space for growth, right? You have to let yourself have that room to grow, give yourself that compassionate, that kindness, that compassion towards yourself, that, what, I don't have it all yet. I don't have everything together yet, but I know there's room to grow. If you are letting imposter syndrome keep you stuck, right, hold you back, it's holding you back from using your creative gifts, and therefore it's holding you back from the development of those gifts, right? And we need to develop our gifts. It's not that when I say creative gifting, I'm not saying that you have like this perfect, perfectly put together repertoire of songs that you know perfectly and that are all amazing. I'm saying that you have a desire, and you also have seen like, okay, I've done this before. I had a little bit of skill, I had a little talent, or maybe you just know that you really want to and you want to grow it. You want to grow this skill. Maybe it doesn't feel like it's a supernatural talent, that can be misconstrued. Not supernatural as in supernatural, but like supernatural as in very natural, as in feeling overwhelmingly natural. Wow. I hope you know what I'm saying. You might not feel that this gift is natural to you, totally natural. That's a good one. It might not feel totally natural to you to sing. Maybe singing and matching pitch doesn't feel totally natural to you. There are a lot of factors as to why it might or might not. They're genetic, they're environmental factors. That doesn't mean that you cannot grow it, because singing is not just a gift. It's also a skill, and skills can be taught, skills can be learned, and skills can be developed, right? So you can develop the skill. Like literally, I'm telling you right now, you can develop the skill of singing. It is possible. But if you won't do that, if you allow imposter syndrome to keep you stuck. And I just want to remind you, I want to let you know, this is what is at risk. This is what is at stake. If you stay in imposter syndrome, let it keep you stuck, and you don't move past it, and you don't let it go, or at least let it take the back seat so that you can move forward and get started using those creative gifts and get started growing and expressing yourself creatively and doing those artistic things that you love to do, that you're curious about, and trying. And I want to encourage you about that you don't have to let it keep you stuck. You don't have to let it hold you back. You don't have to let imposter syndrome have the final say. You can choose differently, and I want you to do that. Again, singing, acting, dancing, performing, being creative, those forms of expression, right? They are not just gifts, they are skills. They're not just gifts, they are skills. They can be developed, right? And so I want you to think about, how can I actually do this, and not, think about what's that risk here? What is that risk? Am I staying stuck and experiencing the creative expression and the freedom of expression that I know I want to experience, right? Because I'm letting imposter syndrome keep me from using my creative gifts. And ask yourself, am I staying stuck? And are there people that I could write songs to inspire, or sing songs to encourage, and they're missing out because I'm not doing that? Or lastly, are there levels that I could get to that I just don't even know because I haven't begun and I haven't let myself start or continue from where I left off a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago? I'm not letting myself develop these skills that I'm really interested in. And I want you to really, truly, genuinely think about this. Genuinely think about this, because what's at risk and what's at stake is more powerful than the fear that you might experience, the fear that you feel that is definitely valid, but it does not have to be the biggest thing, right? What you could do with those creative gifts, the growth that you can have, that can be bigger, that can be more important to you if you really think about it. And I really, really want to encourage you, don't sit on this, move forward, come and take a one-on-one lesson with me. I mean, truly, if you are wanting to move past imposter syndrome and take action steps, come on over. You can do a voice lesson with me literally, I was going to say today, but you can schedule it today, maybe not today, but next week, let's go, because actually this is what is at stake, right? Your gifts need to be pursued. You need to be pursuing them. I want to walk alongside you. Again, with the skill of singing, I can help you. I can help you develop it. I can help you grow it. I can help you fall more in love with it, build confidence in yourself as a singer. That's what can happen when you try a voice lesson, when you are with a coach who believes in you and knows that there is so much more on the other side of your fear and imposter syndrome. And that's what I'm here for. And I want you to go and try it. I want you to go and take a step forward. If you want a taste of it, I'm actually doing discovery calls, tryout sessions, 5 to 10 minutes, 15 max. I think on the Calendly that I'm going to put in the show notes, and it'll just be 5 to 10 minutes. And we can literally talk about what your goals are, what's holding you back. We can even sing a little bit if you want me to hear you sing, and get a quick feedback about what I think are some things we could work on in an actual lesson. These are free. Come and try one. Try a free discovery call with me, because truly, there is so much that is possible when you allow and let go of the imposter syndrome, and you are with someone who believes that you can develop the skill that you are so longing to develop, that you know that you have, and that you want to express yourself through. So I hope that you'll come and join. I hope that you'll go to the show notes and click on that link there to sign up at the Calendly. You can also come over and try a lesson. If you are I am in, I'm ready to go, I'm tired of being held back, I'm tired of not feeling creative, I want to develop this skill, this ability to express myself through song, through music, through performance, and build confidence in that, then just come on over and schedule a lesson, creativelybyestelle.com. The link is also in the show notes, and I want you to come and take that step forward. Do not stay stuck in imposter syndrome. I really hope this encourages you. I hope this is just exactly what you need today to remind you to move forward. Don't get stuck in imposter syndrome. There is so much on the other side, that creative expression, the blessing, the service, the inspiration you can give other people, and of course the development that can come and that will come when you start taking those steps. Take that dance class, girl. Go to that audition, okay? do it and see what is waiting for you on the other side. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, it really, really genuinely helps if you leave a review. And if you have any questions or you want any support, come to the Performing Arts community. It's on Facebook, it's free, and you get daily support from me there, weekly support from all of us who are in the group chat, or the group chat in the Facebook group. And yeah, you will be able to collaborate, share your wins, ask questions, things like that in the free Facebook group. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being willing to be encouraged and to be reminded that you have gifts and you will be using them. I know you will, because you keep coming back. And I hope you keep coming back and keep getting inspired and also finding practical tips to move forward as a creative, as a performer in the arts. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you later.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook to find support and inspiration. If this episode helped you or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It means so much, and share it with someone who needs it, or on your Instagram stories and tag at Creatively Performing Arts. Don't forget to subscribe to this show wherever you listen. We have amazing interviews and episodes coming up. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.